Hey everyone, welcome to the Seeds of Success podcast, hosted by Dottie San Martin and myself, Orla Rivera. This show is your weekly dose of knowledge, insights, and actionable tips to transform centers into striking successes. Whether you're a seasoned industry professional or just stepping onto the lanes, we've got you covered. Dottie, do you like to play the guessing game?
No, I do not. As a matter of fact, I really despise it. It drives me crazy.
I think the guessing game can be fun sometimes, but you never want to have your customers guessing, playing a guessing game with what you have in your center, what you offer in your center, what things your equipment can do. So I think that's something that people need to start sharing if they aren't sharing with their guests and not letting people just take guesses of what is available to them.
Right. And you know what? Entertainment facilities these days have so many amazing opportunities to entertain a customer, right? And like you said, we don't want them to play a guessing games. And as some things are very visual and in your face, such as, our Neoverse wall, for example. I mean, you can't hide that, right?
Yeah.
It's in your face, but maybe the customers don't realize all of the things that can be done with it. So they may not be thinking how you could really use this wall to be the focal point for certain things, be it professional presentations or gender reveal or whatever the case may be, right? So you gotta, here we go. We gotta plant those seeds, right?
Exactly.
And let customers know what it is that you have or what it is that their entertainment experience can offer.
Right? Yeah. A perfect example is I use iPhone. I know you use an iPhone and Apple products. My mom has an iPhone. And there's been times where I'm telling her I'm doing this and that, or I'll send her a video or something I did on my phone. And she's like, oh, yeah, I don't think my phone has that. I'm like, yeah, it does. You know what I mean? So sometimes when you're not told about these special features, you don't know what your product offers, and that's a perfect example. Like you're saying, a Neoverse wall. If someone just hears you have Neoverse, but they don't know quite what it is, what it does, you need to be showing them that, whether it's through social media or, inviting people into the center to check out your new product. Like this is something they can't guess, they're not going to play this guessing game with you and figure out what your products can do.
And one thing that I encourage people to do, whether you're in the bowling and entertainment business or really anything else, any other business that you are in, sit down one day and list out what your unique selling points are. I know, entertainment centers have a lot of very, very unique selling points, and you need to be leveraging those selling points, those unique selling points, to differentiate yourself from somebody else. I'll give you another example. Bowling has been around forever, and there are many people that have an idea in their mind of what bowling is supposed to be, what it's been for all along. It's competitive, it's a sport, so on and so forth. We've all visualized that. But bowling is much, much more than that. And if you are a facility that maybe has transitioned from just being a bowling center to someone that has some of the later technology, that there's a lot of different features that you can use in your center, and you're not letting people know, then people are walking through your door and they're not being able to really realize everything that they can choose for their entertainment option. And so they're kind of getting the short end of the stick because they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to guess. So you really got to make sure that you're letting the customer know what their experience can include.
Yeah. Me and you, when we're talking, sometimes we just have these light bulbs go off in our head, and I just had one go off, and this, I just came up with this, so I can't even give full details, but I just thought of the perfect little TikTok segment I might have to do. Is kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen that guy says like, you're telling me, and then he like kind of a life hack, that's going to have to be me. You're going to be like, you're telling me Neoverse does this, or you're telling me maybe that's a way that you could do something to show, hey, did you guys know it does this? That you could order this on the kiosk. You can do this here. Cause I don't think people know until you show them. So that's a good idea for either me to do maybe, or somebody go ahead and steal that idea. You could use that I'm giving you permission to use that on your social media.
There you go. And you're exactly right, Orly. You've got to tell people, you've got to show people People love to be seen. If you're not getting the people through your door to come in and see it for themselves, and you be able to walk down and show them, that you've got this all new hyper bowling in your facility, or whatever you have that's new, or that's not even new, that maybe you just haven't taken the time to show your customers, then the next best thing to that is to take your cell phone, take your smartphone, go down, empower your employees to go down and have a little bit of fun. They aren't going to post it without your permission or your review. So let them have a shot at going down and showing your potential customers what they're missing out on. It's amazing. Put that stuff on your website, put it on your social media. Make sure that your customer understands and you and I were talking earlier about something. You said, yeah, it's not your grandparents' bowling anymore. No, it's not. But a lot of people think it still is. Now it's, completely immersive, and we've got hyper bowling. There's all sorts of things. You can build monsters, you can build characters, you can do all this other kind of stuff. And you just got to let people know, put it on your website. And, I saw something the other day, and I'm going to do I'm not going to name the name of the bowling center, but I have to say I was really impressed, and he knows it because I gave him a virtual high five. But, do people realize that you can have online scoring so that your customers can go to your website and actually see in real time how their spouse that maybe is bowling on that Friday night league is scoring, or how perhaps, the military people can go to the website and see how their child is bowling in their youth league. That is so awesome. And he had it on his website front and center where I got to see it. And I was like, yay for you.
Exactly. And somebody's probably listening right now saying, oh yeah, I don't think I probably have that. So yeah, there's things that I think people don't realize they have that you do have. And you should, if you don't know, then your customers definitely aren't going to know that you have something.
You are so, so right. So, definitely, if you've got something, go through and think about, what do I have that makes me unique? And in a lot of cases, it's the service, right? Our service is impeccable. Talk about that. Yeah. Bring that out in a video. Talk about it. Don't be ashamed. Flaunt it.
Yeah, and like you've said in the past, people like to go along for the journey, and you would be surprised at some of the stuff people want to see. I once posted video of me stocking up our new toys and stuff in the redemption counter, and somebody was like, can you make a video where you're actually opening the box and we see what you're seeing when you first open the box? Like, people, I don't know if that's weird, but people like to see, and I used to have people that come in, oh, you have string pin setters here? Yeah. Can we see in the back what it looks like? They like to see those things. You know what I mean? So if you're posting that to your social media or telling people about it, or maybe even have it up on your monitor behind your front desk, show people how things work there. They want to see that. They want to come along for the ride, and they'll share that. And in return, we'll get you more customers coming like, oh, wow, I didn't know they did that here. I didn't know that was available here. So yeah.
Absolutely, for sure on that. And, Orly, I'm sure those that have been listeners for a long time have heard us talk about this before, but obviously when you're installing something or putting something in, you really have the most impact when you carry that customer along from the very beginning. So, letting them know that something's coming and starting to build that hype and kind of keep it under wrap until you actually tell them what it is. And they love that excitement.
Yeah.
That's fun, right? They get caught up in that, and they feel like they're a part of that journey. And by the time you actually get it, installed or whatever, they're already like, oh man, I can't wait to try this out. I've seen the videos on this. I watched it be delivered. I feel like a proud papa here.
Yeah, no, they definitely, they take pride in it. Like, perfect example is when I used to work in radio, you're sharing your story. You're sharing your journey, and you're telling all these stories. And I would meet people in person, and they're like, hey, remember the time you said this? Or maybe they feel like they're they're there in the studio with you. They are your friend. They, it's almost like they grew up with you. They know. Yeah, exactly. So same thing with videos and showing what's in your center. They're going to feel like that's theirs. They're going to take pride in it. Or did you know my town has this? Or the bowling center near me, it can do this. You know what I mean? They take pride in it. I used to have staff that worked for me that would, they were younger kids. One of them went away to college, went to a bowling center near her college, and was like, I'd never really been into another bowling center before. And man, our stuff was, the stuff we had in our center was so much, so cool. Some of these things that we offer. And I'm like, yeah, people don't realize that some of the newer centers have all these great new products that can do all these great new things. So yeah, make sure to share it.
Yeah, that's for sure. And we're not advocating going out and spending a lot of money. We're advocating getting your smartphone and allowing people to come in and experience what's going on in your center, and even taking your own staff. You have no idea when you let staff be involved in that, and even some of them are quote starring in the video, right? You're right. Then people see them and they feel like they're amongst family. So that has that has a whole nother level of warm fuzzies, right? I love walking into some place and feeling like I belong. And that's what things like this allow you to do. So, well, this has been a great topic, Orly. This is relevant for whether you've had a facility that's been open for a long time, or you're just now opening a facility, or just now installing something brand new. The value of making sure that you are not expecting your customers to play a guessing game is huge. Yes. Don't make that mistake. Don't make that mistake. Well, listeners, thank you so much. We really thank you for investing in your growth with us today. Remember, success comes from the seeds we plant today. So until next time, keep cultivating excellence.